Hi guys and welcome back to Tommy's Starcraft. This is your host Tommy with another Starcraft Remastered replay for you guys, and a great game here once again in between these two South Korean pro players. Let me just start by introducing the players to you guys. In the upper right, in the white, it's only Star, aka BISU. BISU, of course, a very skilled Protoss player, the best Protoss player in the period 2009 until 2016. Still active and a very popular streamer in South Korea. And his opponent is going to be none other spawning here in the lower right in the red, Monster aka SSAK. So a very talented Terran player, also from South Korea. Sadly I don't have any much info about him, but I'm sure that he's very strong. As you can see, this matchup is going above the 20-minute mark, so really cool stuff indeed here by these both players. BISU, of course, opening up here with a pylon as he wishes to produce more and more probes for himself. So fast pylon indeed. SSAK also building up here a spawning pool, a supply depot, of course, as he's not a Zerg, just to produce as well as more SCVs as possible. So BISU not going for a cheesy play here, he's just going to build a normal gameplay here, following up here with a gateway, producing even more and more probes for him. And of course the usual stuff here for the Terran as well, as he opens up here with a barracks very close to the ramp. So pretty ordinary gameplay here by both players. But let's just see the follow-up here, what the Terran is going to do. Is he going to into bio? It is of course an option. You might go into bio push with marines, with stim, with medics. But then again, most Terrans actually go into factories with mechanized building here with vultures, of course, in the front, with some mines, with tanks, with Goliaths in case BISU, of course, is opting for arbiters or Goliaths or carriers. Sorry, Goliaths could be a great counter to this. Once again, BISU is following up here with a probe just to scout out the map, just to see exactly where his opponent is, what exactly is he up to. Goes luckily for him in the good direction, as we have the same here for SSAK also moving out at the 2-minute and 30-second mark. They will of course meet here, so even BISU dealing some damage to this SCV, so it's pretty clear now for SSAK where exactly BISU is. And let's just see the follow-up here. What exactly is he going to? Of course into a factory, as his SCV is already dealing some damage, so he needs to be careful, perhaps pull the SCV to repair this other SCV. No, he's actually going for a marine just to pull this drone a little bit back. SSAK moves here forward and just sees the base of BISU, sees the cybernetics core, so he knows that dragoons will come of course towards him. So he needs to be very careful, just building that siege tank as fast as possible outside. He even leaves here this SCV just to see where exactly the dragoon is going to follow out. And at the same time, very interestingly, moves out here a marine on the map. So pretty good stuff here by him. Let's just have a look at his base. Goes for that add-on. Of course he wishes to build that siege tank with those with that siege tank ability. Of course a very good unit against any dragoon push here, as most Protoss actually do like to push the Terran base early on with a couple of dragoons, 2 or 3 or even 4. This could of course be handed off with siege tanks and even vultures with mines. Interestingly enough, SSAK leaves the door open here for BISU. BISU already attacking his add-on, and first tank and siege tank is being researched. We also have a expansion here for SSAK that is being constructed. At the same time we see BISU also expanding here and even sending more dragoons out. First dragoon, of course, very annoying here, dealing damage, might even take out this SCV. Now he's going for the add-on, but as soon as the first tank pops out, of course BISU has to retreat a little bit. Still, however, this BISU provides important information here for him when exactly the expansion is going up and so on. Finally SSAK is able to push him back, and this marine, this is why he sent out this marine, just to check this location where exactly BISU is going for his third expansion. The SCV has finally been taken out. Another gateway is being produced here by BISU, so more and more tier 1 units will be produced, zealots, dragoons of course, but let's just see the follow-up. Is he going to arbiters? Is he going into carriers, perhaps drops with reavers? And what exactly is the reaction going to be here from SSAK? Is he going into mass factories or perhaps mass bio pushes? As another tank is being produced here, things are finally settling down. We have another supply depot being built, an academy here, and an armory of course, very important for those upgrades. Scan is also being done. And worker wise, we have 30 workers for BISU already and 25 here for SSAK. Nice block here with this dragoon, and a really good marine here. Just checking the autos just to see when exactly the timing from the second expansion from BISU is going up. BISU of course tried to get some scouting information here, but this tag with that great range is being able to take it out. Look at this Goliath, of course, like I told you guys, Terrans with those Goliaths, very good counter in case the Protoss goes air, especially against carriers, and also good versus those arbiters. So yeah, let's just have a look. Another Satellicom is being produced here. SSAK really wants to know what exactly BISU is up to. There's also a robotics facility base, and we have the first observers out on the map for BISU. Of course, he wishes to know also what exactly his opponent is up to. He's going to send here his first observer, and we'll very likely see another factory here being built. So pretty standard by both players. They're building more and more units. Upgrades also go out here for SSAK. In comes the first observer, but he might get scanned and he might get killed by these Goliaths. Good position here for this observer, he needs to be careful. Here goes the scan, and the observer already taking so much damage, so the Goliaths taking care of this observer. But there is of course another observer coming in here, even a third. BISU making sure just to have as much map control as possible in the game. Nice hidden citadel of Adun here, just to research that speed lag. And what is this? A starport with a Templar hierarchs. So we might see some high Templars, some Dyke Templar abusement. First probe taking out some damage, so the expansion probe is being denied here by this marine. SSAK buying himself some time, also going for an expansion very likely. Let's have a look. Not yet. But now he knows the timing from BISU. At the 7-minute mark he is going for his second expansion here, so it's 3 base pretty soon to be versus a 2 base Terran. Worker wise they're pretty balanced. BISU almost at 50 versus 41 from SSAK. Good supply depot here just in case BISU wishes to do a drop, and this one as well, so he's going to spot any dropship here pretty soon. No upgrades yet here for the siege tank, as more and more factories are being built and more upgrades are being done. I don't see any vultures now. Finally the vultures are being produced. Of course vultures very good against the Protoss thanks to their mines, but the Protoss of course with those observer will be able to spot his mines and kill them. Once again we're gonna have a look. Hold on, this observer once again might get taken out. No, BISU making sure he lives. He micro is out of the scan. So good job here for him. Builds that expansion slowly but steadily. 2 pylons here just to block this ramp. And he's just going into more gateway, so more and more tier 1 units like I told you guys with zealots. No upgrades yet. I don't see the forge. There's the forge. Finally weapon 1 upgrade is being done. So 6 gateways here for BISU, which is going to very likely follow up here with an arbiter. So already at the 8-minute mark he's going for arbiters. Arbiters of course a very strong unit here for the Protoss. Thanks to their recall ability they could do so much damage into the main of the Terran, recalling all of those units as one, just killing so many production buildings and even SCVs. So the Terran of course needs to be very careful, very patient, perhaps even placing some mines here in his main just in case a drop is coming. Slowly but steadily SSAK is moving out with these vultures. He will of course try to attack this third base here for BISU, but there's a nice wall in here. He could do a good drive through here with these 5 vultures. BISU at the same time is moving out, but only with dragoons, so no zealots here to back up these dragoons. We have our first probably engagement really soon. SSAK is moving out. There's a nice Dragoon being placed here, but this Dragoon is very likely going to be taken out. Good placement of these mines, taking care of that Dragoon. BISU, however, doing such a great job here with this block, with those pylons. SSAK has to move, of course, out. There is a shuttle here with some water on a Dragoon and 2 zealots. Could be a nice drop here into the expansion, for example. Reavers would have been also a good option, but BISU just decides to go straight for his tier 1 units. The follow-up here is, of course, that there is an advantage, an economic advantage here for BISU, but look at that. SSAK makes his way here through and might take out a probe or 2. No, he's not being successful. He is at 3 bases, but SSAK already at 50, almost 60 SCVs, you know, mining out of two bases. Finally, his third is going up, but a very late third. He moves out steadily on the map. Of course, a science vessel, much needed unit, just because it's going to detect these invisible units, even the observer, of course. BISU going straight for that science vessel, but he's going to suffer a lot of damage here. 1 Dragoon already being taken out. 2nd Dragoon might also fall here. So really good job here by SSAK, not staying home in his base, as we also have the first Arbiter out on the map, hiding these zealots. Let's have a look at the upgrades. 0 to 1. Is BISU going for his second upgrade? Not yet. SSAK's also at 0.1. 0 defense, 1 attack. So pretty standard here by him. BISU might also want to expand into this location here. More and more units are coming in here for BISU. He's already at 100, almost at 180 supply, so he wishes to move out. Of course, he's risking to lose a unit or 2 thanks to those siege tanks and thanks to those mines, but he's willing to do that, as his economy should kick in pretty soon. Some splash damage is being dealt here with those mines against these Dragoons, but BISU doing a good job here, cleaning all of those mines, as he wishes to deny this expansion completely here for SSAK. So a nice move here by BISU, very aggressive early in the game. Also even pulls more and more reinforcements here, but needs to be careful, as the Terran has his army in the middle of the map. This command center might get taken out here. BISU will try perhaps even to go from behind here, but a nice EMP shockwave here. Look at that, taking out all of those shields for BISU here for his zealots. So his zealots will very likely fall very fast here. BISU currently splitting his troops, but he might even do a recall. Let's have a look. Is this Arbiter already activated? He's going in through very slowly, taking damage here. His units might get lost, but his Arbiter will very likely do. No, he has no energy. Thanks to this science vessel, he has no energy. What a great move here by SSAK. And BISU with a small mistake, of course, losing so many units here. There is another Arbiter, but his main army needs to retreat now for here. Maybe try to do a pincer maneuver to come in from the back. SSAK doing such a great damage here, such a great move here with his EMP shockwave, just denying that recall. Really nicely done here by him. BISU was ready for a drop at the main, but SSAK reacting very fast. We have a great engagement here once again with that stasis field, and now the zealots are in the front. They soak up those mines, they deal so much damage. Actually, the real damage dealer are the Dragoons in the back, but good guardian shield here as well on the tank. But with this stasis trap, he just denies so many tanks here, and more reinforcements are coming in here, of course, for BISU, as he fights near to his base. So a good engagement here for BISU. Both players suffered a lot in the supply. You can see it here up in the upper right. And the statistics, BISU did not have enough. He just pushes way forward. No mines on the ground. The siege tanks are not sieged up. SSAK needs to be a little bit more careful. These units are, of course, still trapped here. They can't deal damage, and as soon as the stasis field drops, of course, these zealots will take care of this unit. So a small victory here, a little bit of an advantage here for BISU, perhaps even a more of an advantage if he would have made it here with that drop, but we can see how important the science vessel is with that EMP shockwave against the Arbiters. Mines on the ground. There is a drive-through here by SSAK trying to kill this cannon. Is it a cannon? Is it a cannon? And he even might try to kill this base. There's even a tank somewhere shooting, or at least I saw a tank. He's going straight for this nexus, but BISU being able to defend this location. Of course, nice mine placement here in case the units are going up that ramp. As these vultures are a little bit trapped, they are able to take out that zealot and should just stay here into this position, perhaps harass this base here, but BISU of course is going to leave some units behind just to defend a couple of dragoons perhaps. Once again he's moving out on the map. There's another arbiter here. Good stasis field here by him, followed by an EMP shockwave here by SSAK. Really nice stuff by both players. This stasis field of course blocking all the entrance here from SSAK, as BISU can move now forward, and he's going to once again deny so much mining time. Once again a great EMP shockwave here against this arbiter. This arbiter can't do a recall, but a really nice block here for the ramp, as the SCV have to wait. Of course, once again a turret is being placed just to see these units here from BISU. Let's have a look at this. Is he going to do a drop indeed in the main with a couple of zealots here? Is there any arbiter out on the map? No, it's just this one shuttle here with some zealots, just to deal some economic damage of course, and deny some mining time. So good stuff here by BISU once again. Worker wise however they are still at the same, 56 to 56. Still however not all of those workers from SSAK are mining, as he needs to defend this location and just wait for his workers to come back, as finally BISU has to retreat a little bit. BISU mining from this location as well, protects it with 3 dragoons against this harassment, and also decides to pretty soon expand in this location, macroing up really strong. Look at how many gateways he has, 8, 9, 10, 11 gateways here, and even goes for his upgrades. Let's have a look at the buildings from the Terran. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 factories here pumping those mech units. Of course not that many Goliaths, just vultures and siege tanks. Upgraded 0-3 already, so really nice stuff here by SSAK as well. In comes the arbiter. There could be a drop here. Is there a science vessel with EMP? There I don't see anyone, and here comes that recall drop. Great drop here by him, by BISU, dealing so much damage here, perhaps even going to take out so many units, and this ramp is nicely blocked here. He has to, sadly for him, block it with those siege tanks just to deal the damage. These units are not being revealed. Finally they're being revealed with that science vessel. So much splash damage being done here. BISU moves forward, goes straight for that academy just to deny those upgrades. Really nicely done here by him, as the science vessel are moving forward. He's also killing a couple of SCVs, a couple of vultures. Good stuff here by him. This is what I told you about, guys, but how strong the arbiters can be for the Protoss when it comes to harassment. And BISU might even prepare another drop here, as he's looking very strong. SSAK also with a good economy, 170 supply versus 180, anyone's game now. BISU however abusing this arbiter push. Look at that, another one here being done. Some really nice stuff here by him. The EMP looks like to be a little bit slow. Nice guarding shield, you know, on those siege tanks. They will eventually fall, but they are very tanky now thanks to that spell. Zealots in the front dealing so much damage. Also some zealots here being pushed forward, but in the end SSAK of course will hold. However, more and more is going to be thrown against him. And remember, in all of this time BISU decides to calmly expand here just to get more and more of his economy pushing. He might even soon transfer these probes into this location, so he's also in the middle of the map looking very confident, very strong. Sadly for SSAK, he did lose some mining time here. He has to stay a little bit back. Finally decides to push out. Of course this ramp really hard for him to defend those recalls, as this ramp, it takes so much time just to push out. Let's have a look at this engagement. Siege tanks of course sieged up now. SSAK decides to move out. He's not going to allow any harassment anymore. He might go for this location here or for this location. His vultures are still in position here. There's one arbiter on the map. I don't see the second one. Good shuttle here. Oh, look at that. There's the second one. There's a nice shuttle here, of course, in case he wishes to drop some zealots on those siege tanks. while the siege tanks are sieged up, they will deal damage to themselves. Vultures in the front, but the zealots are soaking those mines just to pull them straight into those siege tanks. And look at that stasis trap. Stasis feel very good here for BISU. Very nice job here with his arbiters. More and more zealots are coming in, stuck in some serious trouble here. His reinforcements are coming in from the back. Nice scan, but this stasis trap just denying 5 siege tanks to attack. Slowly but steadily BISU is moving forward. His zealots have been killed, but the real damage dealer are now those dragoons. More and more zealots are coming indeed from the back as his economy. Look at all of those zealots at once just being pushed here out for BISU from of these gateways. So a very strong mech, very macro orientated game, a very nice economic here push here by BISU, just constantly harassing here the Terran. SSAK did a great job, but in the end he wasn't able to do any damage, real damage towards BISU here. So really good stuff here by BISU, very aggressive, showing us how important arbiters are indeed, not only for their recall but also for this stasis trap. Given the fact that these tanks, they are of course immune, they can't be attacked, but at the same time they can't move and they can't attack, so they will pretty much just deny so much supply here for the Terran. So if you have 2 or 3 arbiters, you just cast this stasis trap all over the place and you should be very fine, as also the arbiters makes your units invisible. So really cool game here by both players. I hope you guys enjoyed. I see you guys in the next game.